Hey guys, Spirit of the Law here. This video is all about taunts. Of course, we all know the default taunts, everything from the herb laugh to the classic one-liners.
You played 2 hours to die like this?
On the workshop, you can even get entire taunt packs, adding new ones ranging from Monty Python
Just a flesh wound.
and Trump quotes
We need to build a wall.
to BitConnect
What am I gonna do?
and even your boy Spirit of the Law, featuring all of the classics. It turns out taunts aren't just for taunting opponents though. Some can also be useful for communicating with the AI. Most people probably know you can ask the AI to send you their extra resources, but that got me wondering what other taunts the AI responds to. It turns out there are plenty, including some lesser known ones that were added in the HD expansions with the updated AI. For example, did you know you can ask your allies which strategy they're planning to go for, which player they're targeting, and even influence which units they're making? Let's check it out. Now before we jump into them, when sending these messages, it's important to make sure that the AI is checked off in the message tab. Just using the star to send your message to everyone or semicolon for team only doesn't work for these commands. So to begin with, everybody probably knows the food, wood, gold, and stone requests.
Food, please.
Just type in the corresponding number and it sends along some of those resources, unless it's feeling like a cheeky bugger and pretends it doesn't have something it really does. The amount it sends can vary, but the AI is usually generous enough to oblige. One bit of bad news though is that Taunt 38,
Give me your extra resources.
the one just asking the AI to send any resources it can, doesn't work for HD at the moment, though you can find references to it in the AI script. I asked Promi, one of the creators of the AI, who confirmed that it's been disabled as of making this video. The original AI used to blindly send everything it had. The point is, if you want some free resources, you just have to be specific with what you're asking for. Moving on, another good one to know is 31.
Attack an enemy now.
If you really want the AI to attack, you're better off using Taunt 222. It's basically the same as 31, but more reckless. In that case, the criteria that it uses to decide if it's strong enough to attack is slightly reduced. For example, with Taunt 31, it'll want over 40 military units, whereas with Taunt 222, it'll only need to have over 20 military. In both cases, the end result is the AI will be inclined to either attack an enemy or to help an ally. Next up is Taunt 34 and 35, which deal with building a navy.
Build a navy.
It definitely responds to this one and creates a dock and naval units when it otherwise wouldn't see there being enough water to do so. Likewise, if you tell it to stop,
Stop building a navy.
it greatly increases the amount of water needed for the AI to consider it worthy of making a dock on, effectively causing it to avoid water if you do it early enough. A similar set of commands are 32 and 33,
Create extra villagers.
which help push the AI toward a particular playstyle on land maps. If you send the command to cease creating extra villagers between 30 seconds and 5 minutes into the game, it has the AI focus on a more aggressive rushing sort of style. Taunt 33, in contrast, if it's sent after 5 minutes, makes the AI focus more on booming and attacking later. The effects of both are also civilization dependent. If your ally is Goths, for example, and they receive the message to stop making extra villagers between 30 seconds and 5 minutes, they'll go for either an aggressive night rush or a militia and archer feudal rush, depending on if it's the pocket player or not. If instead you send them the create extra villagers command, it'll change its strategy to booming and focus more on making scorpions and huskarls. Incas, on the other hand, will go for an aggressive archer rush if you send them the command 32, and a boom into eagle warriors if you send them command 33. It's not quite the same as being able to directly tell your allies which strategies to go for, but I consider it the next best thing. Now, all of these commands so far may have been familiar to you from all the way back in the Age of Conquerors days, so let's move on now and check out the new ones in HD. On the topic of strategizing with the AI, a list of new commands was added that lets you tell the AI which enemy to attack. The commands 231 to 238 make the AI target a particular player for 10 minutes, assuming it's a valid enemy target. Quite simply, the last digit is what tells the AI which player it is you want focused on. In practice, I've found the AI treats this as sort of a loose suggestion though, and won't necessarily drop everything and rush toward that enemy, especially if it's already fighting someone else. At the very least, it's a way to help coordinate some of its early aggression to keep a particular enemy busy or to team up against someone. Moving on, an issue people sometimes run into is the AI resigning too early. Overall, it's good that the AI doesn't fight until its very last unit or building is destroyed, but if you're finding it resigns a bit too quickly for your taste, you can always type 100 into the chat. That turns off the AI's resignation ability, and at that point it really will fight to the bitter end. Looking more closely at the AI script, it's interesting to see some of the other factors that disable resigning, like a game timer under 666 seconds, military or building minimums, holding relics, or having an ally with a wonder, among other factors. If you change your mind and decide you do want to let the AI resign, you can always undo it by typing in command 101. Another complaint sometimes is that the AI isn't hard enough. On hardest difficulty, Taunt 200 addresses that by enabling resource cheats. In Age of Conquerors, the old AI used to cheat all the time on hardest, with a free resource boost at the start of the game and after every age up. It's not quite the same this time though, and instead it's a less detectable slow trickle of resources. The first boost is at 6 minutes, with another at 7 minutes, and then turns into an extra 30 wood, food, and gold, and an extra 5 stone roughly every 30 seconds. The point of this would just be to help the AI become a bit more competitive at high difficulty levels if you find you're looking for an extra challenge. Another new taunt is 230, which tells either an ally or enemy to go for a monk rush. Bear in mind this only works with civilizations who have good monks, or decent monks combined with good scorpions. That list includes Aztecs, Japanese, Chinese, Slavs, Teutons, Celts, and Khmer. This one also has a critical window where you have to send the command between 30 seconds and 5 minutes. You'll know you did it right if it responds by saying that it's going for a mush. Now, given the AI's ability to micro all of its units at the same time, this can actually be a pretty crazy strategy to fight against. Again, this works for enemies and allies, assuming that they're one of the correct civilizations. The last two I'm going to cover are a bit different and have to do with information that you can get from the AI. The first is command 203, which asks your ally to send you a variety of information about what it's currently doing. For example, it may be of interest to know which player the AI is currently targeting. The last one though is maybe my personal favorite, and that's command 250. Sending that has the AI let you know what its current strategy is, so that you can better coordinate with it. Why they wouldn't have put this in the default game is totally beyond me. The list of choices it has is pretty impressive, and remember you still have some influence on its strategies as well, with commands 32 and 33 if you don't like what it's chosen. So here are all of those taunts summarized again all at once. The ones in green I'd consider to be the most useful to remember, though of course this all depends on how much you like to play with the AI and how important it is for you to coordinate with it. Hopefully you picked up a new little trick that you'll want to use from this video. If not, at least you now know about a great taunt pack that you need to download. That's all for this one though. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you next time.